And the universe is gonna let it happen too, because you could have done better for yourselves. Because I could have been here to help you, but you completely rejected the prophet. Completely rejected. You even did everything to make sure that he'd be a failure. And that was signing your own death certificates, and you just don't know that. That's what's really sad, that you all could be that dumb. And I mean, it's really the truth. It's like I did all this work and showed you what is right around the corner. And if it wasn't for all the flooding and all that stuff like that that's going on, it'd already be happening. And all you melanated people out there who sit around here and you try to not understand what I'm saying, I know that it's hard, because I know what I went through trying to get my own thing established. But it wouldn't have been that hard if there was more black people that was so excited about trying to build an infrastructure for yourself. It's time out for you always trying to be afraid of them and what they're going to say and do. You just need to get together and do what you need to do, and rely on the sun to give you the sustainment that you need. See, in this world that we live in now, everywhere you go, these Europeans are standing there. They've stolen everything, and they really don't see that from their heart, because they want to try to block that episode out so they don't have to feel guilty. But the truth of the matter is, everywhere you go on the earth, even in Africa, they're standing there trying to take responsibility and claim for everything, except for a few places in Africa, that I haven't went to, but I see some pictures that tell me that, there's still some beautiful places there. But the point that I'm trying to get out more than anything is that the harassment that you all receive from yourselves and give to each other is because you don't see any reason to feel like a god or a goddess. If you knew that you was a god and a goddess, you would know that there should be no limitation on anything, because we could grow our own food. With all this land that's everywhere, all over this earth, there's no need for it not to be food for people to eat. The only reason why there's no food for people to eat is because these corporations does not want people growing their own food, because if you grew your own food, you would not be giving them the millions of dollars and trillions of dollars that they receive by making sure they can control the food industry. Now that is a shame, when you all could be that damn stupid, where I could sit here and tell you, if all your neighborhoods just all got together and started growing your own food over the summertime and sharecropping with each other, one person grow tomatoes, one person grow this, or you all just go in your yard and everybody grow their ass off, and then at the end of the year, whatever you're not going to package or freeze up, give it to someone else. I seen a lot of little white ladies when I was riding around there, scrapping in the summer. They grew stuff in their gardens, and what they didn't eat, they put out for other people. And I was really privileged to eat some squash and everything from a lot of the women around town. So I understand the charity being out there. I know that there is the good and the smartness of what's necessary to build a good city out there, but is it out there enough? No. Not at all. So the bizarre things about me, when I say things are going to happen and they do happen, is because the universe has ordained that. There's no sense in you wanting to be upset with me or angry with me or trying to find some type of need to strike out at me, when you know for a fact you're just doing that because I'm here. The sun has been trying to talk to you forever. You just won't listen. And so it sent me to talk to you and to say to you, this is God right here. You are God. That tree is God. That bumblebee is God. This soil is God. Everything about us is God. The air, the water, the sunlight, the moon, the stars, the ice, the bird egg. Everything that you see is God. It's a manifestation of God. And you can't take God out of all of that and put it in one icon of some white man, because then he's going to be selfish, and the only person that's going to be able to do good on earth is going to be him. Everybody else got to get murdered or put in his prison until these light ships show up. And then the light shift show up with a prophet that tells you, well, yeah, you know, I came here with the sun's clearing, and the sun wants you to know that all this stuff that I just described to you has been witnessed by it, and now it's going to be burning up your cities. Whole cities will be disappearing, swallowed up by water. Now, in your Bible, it's all right for you to talk about your Jesus coming here to do all that. But now you got a problem when the person that you want to come back and do all that show up to do it, but ain't white. And I mean, that's a big problem too, because while I sit here and tell you this stuff, I see my energy and all my protection moving around in the house with me. So, you know, I see everybody want to be mad and angry at me and this and that and think you got to deprive me, but you shouldn't do that, because what I say to you is that my mother controlled the air. And so we'll see who's going to really be deprived. She controls the sunlight, she controls the water, she controls the air, she controls that electromagnetism that you see going through those fire wires that could come into your house. I've showed you all that stuff. You can all sit up and play games and be stupid as hell if you want to. That's all on you. But the reason why I told you those fires is going to come to Vancouver also is because that's what I was instructed to tell you. You think I want all this stuff to be around me where I live at? You think I want to be smelling forest fire? I can't tell you that shit's going to happen to you without it happening to me. Have you ever thought about that? I live in the same city with you. And even if I didn't live here, I could still say other cities and stuff happened to it. Like I called out Fendi. I called out Skokie. We all saw what happened. So, you know, when I get to saying stuff and you see it happen, you're just going to have to accept it for what it is. This guy is truly a prophet. You should know that. You can see the wonders in the sky. I'm making the sky turn dark, just like your book of Revelation will say. Everything that book of Revelation say your Jesus is going to come back and do, it's the same things that I'm doing. But you got a problem with that because you want it to be white. And you know, that really makes it, I'm telling you the truth, it makes you very undesirable people. Then you got the nerves to get mad at me when I say that to you. But what I'm saying to you is, since I've been on this earth my whole 52 years, the only thing I've seen from you people is y'all being brutal thieves that want to coerce everyone into accepting you, your image as God. And anyone that doesn't want to accept your image as God or let you push them around, you know, all this stuff about you just got our women so trained that they got to give y'all pussy. You know, all this brainwashing. It is just so, it's so disturbing. And I didn't never one time say that black people should kill white people. I said that the treatment that we receive from you guys makes you want to kill you guys. And that is the truth. How can you sit there and try to act like you can't fathom in your mind a person that's going through the type of dynamics with your nationalism on this earth that everyone on the earth complains about going through with you people? Not just me. You know, you got everything so organized as to where you can see you deliberately hire all the Mexican people and deliberately leave nothing for us melanated people but for us to die. And then you walk around here, half of y'all asses are homosexuals, all right, and then have a problem with someone saying to you, we don't want that homosexual shit being a part of our society. You need to keep that shit in your own bedroom, all right? Don't be coming out here in the world with that. And then you got the nerves to get upset because someone wants to be concerned about if they are allowed to have children, because you murder our children too and put them in prison all the damn time, all right? It's just sad as hell. And then you want to get mad at me for saying to you, this is what I've observed. In the 52 years I've been on this earth, what I have seen is these people right here victimize everyone else. And they make a profit off of their whole system of religion, their system of jail, their system of these shelters, their system of these charity donations, everything about this planet that I have come to find as being a commodity or access to revenue has all been gathered and collected by these one sector of people. They control all the aspects of endurance on the planet. They've taken control over everything. They control the water. They even flying out trying to make chemtrails where they can control the damn sunlight. And while they're flying every day, wasting all that money with the chemtrail, you have children walking around here, and you got these mothers out here who think they doing so well because they out here doing all kind of foolish things to get those Air Jordans for their son, because their minds are so stagnant that she believed that getting those Air Jordans for her son justifies her being a prostitute or using herself in a manner that's other than what God designed, because God did not give you your woman qualification or your personification of a goddess for you to be pleasing some man for $50, $60, $70, $100, $200, $300, $1,000, $5,000. I don't care how much it is. You should not be utilizing your universe that is so sacred and so godly and goddess ordained, written millions of years ago that you were going to be born on the earth. And you done let this white man on this earth take control of so much to where he can convince you that your child, your 4-year-old son, need those Air Jordans. And he does not. No, he does not. You know what? Your desire to accumulate materialism is you that really want those Air Jordans, but you want them to be on your what I wanted son. So all the materialism, including children, is all egos as trying to make you be attached to something that you're going to see be making you be more valuable. But you got to find that value inside, and that's that spirituality that gives us all animation. And that spirituality is your God essence of your true self. Your soul and your spirit, your body and your ka is what that is inside of this manifestation of aggregates. And the aggregates are only here to make you have a vibration of what you want to do. See, you got men who want to have sex with other men, but we know that that's not designed. But the universe kind of did design it because it will work if you want it to work bad enough. But is it supposed to be working? Of course not. So should you be doing it? Of course not. But now look at this. This man wants this woman. Only problem is she belonged to another man. I shouldn't say belong, but she's in a relationship with another man. Whether they married or not, they're in a relationship, which means that the same anxieties that this guy is going to feel, you can't sit there and say, oh, but he ain't her wife. She ain't his wife. If he feel that way about her, he should have got married to. That ain't going to make the emotions that this guy feel any different when he say he knew that was my woman. It's going to be the same value in his mind as if he was saying he knew that was my wife. All right? So it's natural for a man and a woman to have each other, but it's unnatural for this man to be with this woman because she knows she's got another man. And he knows she's got another man. But because they both have very low self-esteem and don't really strive high to keep a divine type of nature around themselves, they create a circumstance where she might get killed or somebody get cut with a razor or whatever could go down behind that. Is that the main thing is we need to be aware of what we do. And then when we do it, we need to be willing to deal with the consequences that come behind what we do. So now if you as a nationalism of people, let's say you Europeans, I can show you that since you've been on the earth, you have done nothing but war and murdered people. And then when I see myself having to stand